Marcus weighs in Daniel's hand.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding.
Professional wrestling is fascinating for a whole lot of reasons, from the concept of kayfabe to the McMahonisms of Vincent Kennedy. One of those big reasons is that the show often follows similar structures to other television shows, and as such has followed one continuous long-running narrative ever since the days of the WWF and Vince McMahon Sr. Ever since those times, there's always been some sort of script or some plan to follow, and ever since the dawn of those times, someone's gone and fricked it all up. PG content. I'm D Wicked from Watch WWE, and here's 10 wrestlers who went off of the script. Number 10, Ric Flair. Well, this list will not be starting out too chipper. Ric Flair is a bit controversial these days. Half the time, he's the beloved 16-time world champion, greatest in-ring performer, best promo of the 80s, etc. But that other half the time, that half, Mr. Richard just does whatever the hell he wants. He's the nature boy after all. Kiss stealing.
Oh, no. What? Are you kidding?
Wheeling dealing, telling Natty to kill herself during commercial break. Oh, one of those is really not like the other. Flair obviously received some mixed reactions from the crowd and faced absolutely zero punishment because of course he didn't face punishment. It's Ric Flair.
Kill yourself! You're out of your mind! Oh,
Number 9, Scott Steiner. A trip to WCW we take for our number 9, and anyone familiar knows Scott Steiner is a ticking time bomb of a promo that can blow up at any given moment. His uncontrollable chaos makes it a tad bit surprising he isn't hopping off the script more often, but this meant that when he did, he was making it count. On a random episode of Nitro back in 2000, Steiner started tearing into our number 10 entrant, Ric Flair, who was still atop WCW by its final years, making comparisons to the original Nature Boy Buddy Rogers and then putting Stone Cold up next on that chopping block.
Change the channel to WWF and watch Stone Cold, a person you and your old friends got fired from here.
Number 8, William Regal. During his time as WCW's Steven Regal, the man's man found himself squared off against the hottest thing the company had during its Rivals Attitude Era: Goldberg. This match is infamously sloppy. Mr. Goldberg, as commentary keeps calling him, wasn't exactly known for technical wrestling matches, and instead just sort of smashed into people like a truck going off-road. Regal wrestled Goldberg through a 6-minute match, which is like 3 times as long as anything else Goldberg was doing on TV, any of those other streak matches at the time. This was disgusting, and Bergmite would later claim Regal was trying to work him, but William would later respond saying that he was just following the script, so now it's later and we don't know the truth.
And Regal with a European uppercut.
This is the experience factor taking over right here.
That's what it is.
Series of knee lifts by Regal.
Number 7, Gail Kim. Gail Kim was one of the first big female disappointments of the mid-2000s. She had a single reign as women's champion. Good. Before being faded to the black before walking out of the company. Not so good. She literally walked out of a battle royal, sliding underneath the ropes within the first minute of the match and never re-entering the ring. Never re-entering a WWE ring ever again. So, you know, technically she was never eliminated from this match, and she could still come back and win that Divas title opportunity.
An elimination. Yeah, that was Melina who was eliminated, and I believe another elimination as well, Gail Kim, I think.
Number 6, Hulk Hogan, one of the few wrestlers on this list to have a positive moment, and in the breaking the script is Hulk Hogan. That's just kind of, you know, it's pretty odd saying those words, to be honest, but it's the truth. Going into the stupidly semi-main event of WrestleMania 18, Hulk Hogan had been running wild shenanigans with the NWO, and The Rock had been the beloved people's champ, king of catchphrases, babyface. Despite all of this, come Mania in Montreal, and the roof is blowing off the building the second this crowd sees and subsequently erupts for Hulk Hogan. He received a Canadian hero's welcome, which is crazy because he hadn't even Shawn Michaels over at SummerSlam yet.
I'll tell you something, JR, I don't think that you say Michaels needs to wrestle Hogan to the man. I don't think that Michaels has the streak.
The reaction was so loud that they just couldn't ignore it and had Rock healing it up a bit so Hogan could revert to the Golden Age Hulk, concluding with an impromptu handshake for the ages. Number 5, The Miz. Worked shoots are fantastic, especially with talented talkers. You throw CM Punk, Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, a live microphone, they'll knock almost anything out of the park, and they're essentially being given full reign. This means they get to just create their own sound. The Miz excelled so perfectly at this on Talking Smack that it rejuvenated his entire career pretty much all the way until this point in time right now. Miz went off after Daniel Bryan went off on him for wrestling such a safe style and maybe being a bit of wuss inside the ring. Verbally blowing up about how much effort he puts in and that he's never been injured due to his quote-unquote safe style, The Miz proved himself a worthy member of any wrestling locker room and shot straight back up the card all in one night.
I am not a coward. I am your Intercontinental Champion, and there's a reason I am the title. Reason making this the most relevant, prestigious.
Number 4, Shawn Michaels. No surprises here. The dude breaks the hearts of kids. He's the kid heartbreaker. Or something. I can never get it right. Shawn Michaels was also known as Trouble backstage, but every now and then he'd bring his nonsense and politics into the ring for all to see. This instance saw Michaels interrupt the Hart Foundation and target Bret specifically. After calling him out for a one-on-one match in the ring with his goonies all out of the equation, he calls Hart out for having sunny days, implying that Bret had slept with WWF Sonny and cheated on his wife. Oh no, that's not a very kind thing to do.
Even though lately you've had some sunny days, my friend, you still can't get the job done. A heartbreak kid.
Number 3, Roman Reigns. Sort of.
Momentum. Oh, man! And a huge spear into the heart of the Undertaker.
After WrestleMania 33 and the big dog, ironically Old Yellered The Undertaker out of the WWE for a while, next night's Raw was scheduled around the belief that the crowd would be a little bit more than pissed off. WWE did not expect the audience to consistently boo and chant slurs at Roman Reigns for upwards of 10 minutes. In fact, longer than 10 minutes. The crowd was so loud, so vicious, so anti-Roman Reigns that every single time he lifted the microphone up for over 10 minutes, they would immediately start to boo. They hated this man so much that Roman couldn't do any of his planned work and instead cut all of it and just went for the "This is my yard now" ending line, and it's a fantastic call. Number 2, Daniel Bryan. Sort of. Another case of a crowd's interruptions changing the course of action. In a similar vein to Roman, but kind of the exact opposite, the crowd decided that Daniel Bryan was that night's man of the hour and exploded into a seemingly never-ending chant-a-thon for the American Dragon Goat Bearded Lizard thing. This was during the massive Yes movement. Of course it was. Obviously, course if I can talk. And was an incredibly special moment. Crowds just don't lose their minds for many baby faces these days, but Bryan has always connected to crowds like few others can, causing many segments during this era to end up being interrupted. I just chose this one because of Mark Henry.
Marcus raising Daniel's hand.
And number 1, CM Punk. And the top of this list, it's here to set me humble. My favorite wrestler just came back, sorta, kinda, not really, to the WWE. And here's a nice little reminder that sometimes he really just doesn't care, and it's not a great thing. During his big heel second half of the famous WWE World Championship reign, CM Punk turned into a vicious personality, and he was not afraid to show that to more than just the other wrestlers. Commentary got it, referees got it, sometimes special time announcers got it, sometimes the timekeepers got it, and usually not, but on occasion, even the fans got it, just like this fan who gets smacked up after Punk gets pushed one too many times. This poor schmuck is literally just wrong place, wrong time, as the sneak behind him was the real Punk here, pushing a guy and then ducking away behind someone else afterwards. And those are 10 times wrestlers went off the script. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below. After liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and notifications, ring that bell.